Life is not easy for a single mother. Where does this single mother talk comes from? Gave Vine a strange look as she found her weird. I'm talking about you. Huh? I'm not a single mother. I don't remember giving birth. And as far as I remember, I'm here as I'm feeling depressed and want to give up on every single relation in my life. You are raising a whole grown ass man child on your own. You are indeed a very strong single mother. I admire your stamina. Huffed out in frustration. So you also think that my boyfriend is a problem? I don't think so. I believe it. Shook her head quickly. It's not like that. Prove me wrong then. Baffled. Okay, but how? Bit her nails as she felt nervous all of a sudden. Just answer my questions. You don't have to be honest to me, but at least have some self-respect and be true to yourself. Took a deep breath to settle her anxieties and finally gave a nod of cooperation. Okay. What does he do on your little mistakes? Don't talk to me for weeks, even if I cry or get sick. And who always apologizes? Me, because it's always my mistake. Correction, because he blames his mistakes on you as well. And what does he do when you cry? Gulps as tears well up in her eyes. Ignore. Does he trust you? He said he's just possessive about his things. For God's sake, you're a breathing human, not a lifeless thing. Clenched her jaws to keep her cool. Okay, tell me, why do you guys break up and patch up every now and then? Because I can't find anyone who will put up with my... He said that, doesn't he? Scoffed. Does he even appreciate your effort in your relation? Mia paused for a moment, gazing down before sadly shaking her head and saying no. What efforts did he make in your relationship? Mia thought for a while but could not form a sentence, as there was nothing to say. You can't answer because there isn't any. You have been receiving therapy from me since 1 month, and you have never mentioned anything good he done for you. And I'm not just judging from what you have told me. I have met your boyfriend several times, and I can tell what sort of ass stopped herself from cursing and took a long breath to control her blood pressure, which was rising with each passing second. Now I want to curse him too, mumbled slowly. Putting professionalism aside for a while, if you had been my boyfriend, I would have been a widow by now. Because there is no chance in hell that a guy can stay above the ground after treating you like this. Took a deep breath and leaned back on her chair, feeling relieved after letting her frustration out. Mia abruptly stood up and looked at Vine, seemingly bloodthirsty. Vine calmly stared at her, as she is good in reading faces, and she knew what was about to happen. It's time to get out of this toxic relation and reclaim my once happy life. Thank you so much, doctor. Vine smiled slightly and gave her a nod of support, which boosted Mia's confidence. You're more than welcome. Hope to never see you in therapy sessions ever again. Mia smiled brightly and shook hands with Vine before storming out of the clinic, cursing her ex-boyfriend under her breath. Vine, who was watching Mia walking out, suddenly flinched as someone besides her started laughing like a witch. You were here? All this time. Continued laughing while holding her stomach. Vine, you should have become a divorce attorney instead of psychiatrist. Wiped away her tears, which escaped due to too much laughing. Jen is Vine's fellow psychiatrist as well as her childhood best friend. I just don't get it why people get themselves in relationships which cause them nothing but agony and take away their freedom. Not every relation is toxic, Vian. Oh, please don't start like that. Oh, so that's why you are so pissed. Is uncle forcing you again to get in a relation? Pressed her lips to control the chuckle that was on the edge to escape. I don't even want to talk about it. Scoffed and rolled her eyes. Her phone started ringing, causing her to let out a massive groan of frustration after looking at the caller's ID. Someone save me from this man, sighed being done, but then cleared her throat and lifted up the call, acting totally normal. Hello dear, how are you? I'm good, Dad. How about you? I was wondering whether you are free. No, screamed loudly from behind. She is totally free, uncle. Vine glared at Jen, and Jen just responded back with an evil sneer. Oh, Jen dear, thank you for informing me. Otherwise, I know she would have lied that she's just busy as always. Chuckled. Yeah, and you know exactly why I do that. I'm a father, Vine. I can't help but worry about my child and her lonely life. Here we go again. Okay, I won't start again. But I'm at the airport with someone special and will be at your hospital within an hour. Don't you dare to go anywhere because I've already booked an appointment with you. See you later. And before she could respond, he hung up, making her heart sink in the pit of her stomach. Someone special? Eyes wide open in horror. Please don't be what I'm thinking. And what kind of behavior is this? Pulled her hair in frustration and placed her head on the table to recover from the exhaustion of screaming, which she did just a moment ago. He's your dad after all. Laughed and ran out of the room to escape getting hit by the flying files which Vine was throwing at her from behind. One hour later. Vine's dad entered Vine's clinic with a man in his late 50s who looked too attractive for research in mind. Dad is not gonna ask me to marry an old man, right? Won't you welcome us? Smiled and questioned the girl in a playful tone, who was staring at them blankly. Flinched slightly as she snapped out of her thoughts, and immediately stood up from her seat to greet them. Oh, I'm sorry, I was kinda lost. Both. Hello uncle, hello appa. Please take a seat. Gestured them politely to sit. Jung-ho, don't scare her, playfully scolded Vine's dad. It's a great pleasure to meet you, dear. Politely smiled and sat on the chair in front of her. She, and getting scared, chuckled loudly. You'll see that yourself. Vine just smiled awkwardly but still decided to be polite and patient. What will you take? Coffee, tea, snacks? We will eat later. But first, tell me, do you remember your uncle? Put Vine in a baffling situation. Vine awkwardly glanced at the maid, who was looking at her with so much anticipation and admiration. She got more nervous and thought for a while, until it clicked. Uncle Kim? Hesitantly guessed. Oh, she haven't forgotten me even after 15 years of being in the US. Smiled delightfully. You were her favorite uncle after all. Nodded proudly. Vine called the workers to get them snacks while both elders cracked some old jokes and kept laughing hysterically until Vine's dad decided to reveal the truth about their sudden arrival. Vine, you know his son, Taehyung? In mind, no, please don't ask me to dare to marry him. No, I don't remember properly. Didn't uncle have two sons? Which one are you talking about? He's talking about my eldest son. I need your help in his matter. Wine. In mind. Why are you asking me directly? It would be awkward if I say no for the marriage to his face. But here goes nothing. What kind of help, uncle? Pretending to act cool. My son is suffering from a serious mental disorder. Thank God. Whispered under her breath in relief. What? I said, what kind of disorder? Can you be specific? Covering up her clumsiness. Multiple personality disorder. From when? Started to get interested in his case. 2 years ago. He and my younger son got in a huge bus accident as they were returning from a vacation, and my younger son passed away. His eyes got teary. Vine instantly handed him a glass of water, which he drank with quivering hands, since recalling the incident was too much for the father. My one son lost his life, and the other one lost his mind. I'm in a desperate need of help. Doctors in Korea have given up on him. Don't worry, uncle, I'll try my best. Just bring him here. He can't. Why? Because he has got some dangerous personalities and does not listen to anyone. Then how can I help him? You need to come back to South Korea and live in their mansion for treating him. Looked at her father with blank expressions. I'll be right back. Stood up from her chair and walked out. Turned towards Mr. Kim, who was lost in his grief and trying to control his emotions. I'll be back in a minute. Went off to Wine with fast steps. After chasing Wine with quick feet, Wine's father caught up with her and began walking alongside her, attempting to persuade his angry daughter. Don't you see his situation? He's your uncle, Wine. He himself came to take you. Please help him once. Bring him here and I will help him gladly. Why do I need to return to Korea just for a single patient? There are many patients in line waiting for me here. My career does not revolve around a single patient. Spoke while hurriedly walking down the corridor. Wine's dad grabbed her arm and made her stop. You are the top doctor and his final hope. Didn't you take an oath at the start of your career that every single patient's life is crucial for you, even more than your own life? There are many other doctors here to treat patients here. Taehyung is a rare case, Wine, and he needs a special treatment that only you can provide. Will you say no to your dad? Rolls her eyes and took a deep breath. This is known as manipulation and gaslighting, but it's okay. That's like my dad, but I have a condition. I knew it. How much do you want? Not a single penny from you. Just don't budge me to get into any relationship or marriage ever again. Promise? His breath got stuck in his throat, yet he nodded his head forcefully as he had no other way. You are tying my hands, but okay, I promise. You better keep your words. Saying this, she began heading back to her clinic, followed by her happy father. Meanwhile, on the other side, in South Korea, inside the massive building of Kim's Corporation, at 8 p.m. In a lavish office room, Mr. Kim's eldest son, or more like now the only son, an overworking CEO of Kim's Corporation, is seated at his desk, surrounded by stacks of papers and glowing screens. He's typing furiously on his keyboard, his brow furrowed in concentration. The office is silent except for the tapping of keys and occasional ringing of phones. It seems like the whole building is hushed and waiting for the approaching drama to reveal its awful happenings and provide them with a topic to mutter about, as usual. This contract is important. Can't lose it at any cost. Muttering, or more like reminding himself of the importance of his work. His phone buzzed with notifications, but he ignored them completely and kept his focus on checking the documents on his laptop screen until a knock on the door irritated him. His secretary, Mr. Kim, it's getting late. Should I order dinner for you? Without looking up. No. Aaron hesitated for a moment but nodded, not wanting to argue with his boss as he knew the consequences, for which he lacked the guts to deal with. After a moment, a loud groan echoed within the silent four walls of the room, shaking the foundations of the building, followed by the shattering sound of interior decorations coming in contact with the walls, causing terrific crashing noises and creating chaos all around. Yet the employees were only looking at the door with their breaths caught in their throats. They appeared to have grown used to it, but that does not mean they are no longer afraid of it. They would not be standing there for another minute if it were not for the greatest payments they got every month. Indeed, humans are from a greedy breed. How dare he? Yelled like a maniac. The door burst open, and his worried friend rushed in. The male sighed when his gaze dropped on the shredded furniture, his friend towering over the desk like a hungry predator ready to pounce, with a bleeding hand and breathing fire of rage instead of breaths. The once beautifully decorated room now resembles the aftermath of a hurricane. What happened, brother? Tried to act calm and approached his friend as if nothing out of ordinary had happened. That joy happened. Jimin stood beside him and rubbed his shoulders to calm him down. He backed off from the contract at the last moment, spoke through his gritted teeth. Why? He also felt his anger rising up. He was just with us to stole our ideas. He got what he wanted, terminated the contract, presented our ideas to the board of directors as his own, and took all the credit. Glared into space with dark gaze while narrating the happenings. Jimin tightened his jaw to suppress his building wrath, knowing that if he became angry, then Taehyung would cause damage beyond repair. He patted Taehyung's shoulder and spoke. Don't worry, we'll sue them, as he has violated the contract. The male beside Jimin, who had been blinded by a fury a moment ago, burst out laughing suddenly. In a matter of seconds, Taehyung's demeanor shifted again. His eyes narrowed, and a dark intensity settled over his features. His breathing became slow, and a chilling calm descended upon him. Why would I send him to jail when I can give him a one-way ticket to hell? Calmly took out his gun and loaded it while smirking. Let's think calmly. Turned his face towards him and spoke in a low, menacing tone. I am calm. Am I not? Jimin felt chills down his spine as he knew that it's useless to go against this personality of his friend, the Mafia Kid, who know nothing but violence, feels nothing but anger.